Hello and happy, what day is it? Well, the day you're seeing this is different. It is Friday, January 10th, 2025. I closed my store. I got to leave. Um, but I wanted to share with you or what I did so far. I didn't finish everything, obviously, as you can see, but I did get through a lot. Um, Yeah, a lot. So I got the bookcase, as you already know, and it's now in the bathroom, and it is slowly filling up. So I've got all kinds of stuff up here that some of which I'm going to be using, some of which I'm not. Then I got video game cases. These are empty cases. I have a few VHS tape cases. These are all DVDs, and then Blu-rays. And I have them marked by whether it's one disc, two discs, more than three or more discs, that kind of thing, different colors. And then I'm going to put all my empty CD cases, replacement cases, on this shelf and possibly down there. And then I still have two more shelves, although I do have some Blu-rays, all my Blu-rays down there. And then I'm going to decide if I'm going to put books on those other shelves. We'll figure it out. But that's the beginning of it. As an example, those two crates are both cases, CD cases. So those are going to be on over here. Crates are going to be out of here. I'd like to just put all the books on the shelves. We'll see. Again, we'll see. And then, yeah, that's it. And then over here in the corner, I've got all of my holiday. Most of it's Christmas, but there's other holiday stuff in here that I'm going to keep for next year. And that's where it's going to go. For now, I figure I just put it in the corner because I'm not going to be using it until October for the Halloween stuff, etc. But I will remove everything that's in front of it so I can access it, and all of that. I cleaned underneath this table, which had a ton of stuff, which was mostly all of that stuff you saw on the bookcase was like video game case, empty video game cases. Sleeves for vinyl sleeves, different stuff like that. A lot of it I ended up throwing out. I didn't necessarily need it. So for now, like those two stacks are going to be eBay lots. Classical does really well, and then those are sealed DVDs. So that's why those are there, because I know those are two good ones to have. And my table up here is slowly clearing off. I really only have loose items, loose discs, pretty much. I got to deal with all this madness with a better way of organizing all of the various different bags, because it's chaotic. I'm considering tossing both of these broken trash receptacles, trash bins, trash cans, because I don't currently use them. I use this one, which has been working great, and I figure just to free up space, I don't necessarily need those right now. I can free up the space there. Anyway, those kind of little things that I am doing slowly but surely, and then underneath this table's a mess, so still have that to work out. But it's starting, right? It's beginning. Just getting all that stuff, almost all of it in there in the bookcase, is a big deal for me. And then I've got more shelf over here for back stock of DVDs. I'm gonna be filling up the shelf even more so I can get all of this stuff off of the floor. And then I'm just thinking about how to potentially open up the space. I don't know. I've had this table here for a long time. I'm not sure if I want to keep it there. I'm debating about, what if I got rid of that table and I pushed these tables. There's two tables here. What if I pushed them back? But then I'm not sure. The thing that would do potentially, if I pushed them all the way back there, close to where the bathroom entrance is that, well, it would give me a whole lot less space. So I don't know. But even if I pushed it back, halfway, then I could potentially fit another CD rack. Because you can see how wide these are. They're not that wide. So it would go maybe like, I'd have to push it back enough for a CD rack so that I can put another CD rack and then push this table this way, because I've pushed these tables this way, which would give me a lot more space to grow my CD selection, which would be great. And then another thing I'm thinking about doing, sorry if I'm jerky with the video, is this this shelf here. It's all workout stuff on this one here, and I'm gonna probably get rid of all those because no one buys them, and then I might either expand the Blu-rays, or I don't know, put something else there. But yeah, so I'm just thinking about different ways of expanding the space potentially. All these ideas are going through my head, but we will see. Another thing I want to talk about at the end of the video here is, or towards the end of the video, is something that I've struggled with until recently, until I finally realized that there's no need to be stressed out about it, is having, as a reseller, you can apply this to other parts of life, but as a reseller and constantly needing new inventory, worrying about where to find it, how to find it. I've been doing this for over 10 years now, starting on Amazon with books. And that's right, in 2014 I started. So over 10 years. And I've gotten to the point now where I know where I can find inventory. You know, I just found a bookcase and a dozen Blu-rays, and that was great. I had to go drive a little bit for it, but you know, that's one way to do it. I also went to a thrift store and got 6 quality books that people are currently buying every day, every other day on Amazon. Very popular books, topics that people want to read, books people want to read. So anyway, so I know, don't have a scarcity mentality is my point, right? Understand that you can find inventory. And so what I did, and what I am going to now get to the point of not doing anymore, is not having that mentality and knowing, you know what, I can always find more inventory. There's always, I can get pallets. I can go to the thrift store. I can go to an estate sale. I can go on Facebook Marketplace. I can go on OfferUp. I can go on Craigslist. I can go to all these places. I can go to a place I've never been. I go to a flea market or swap meet, early in the morning, and go and see if I can find some good stuff there. I've never done that. I haven't explored that. That's something I've been thinking about doing, possibly as an experiment. So just don't, try not to have, or do not have, that mentality of, oh my God, where am I going to find inventory? If you are seriously having a hard time finding inventory, then maybe you haven't explored all the options I just talked about, or you possibly live in an area that doesn't have a lot of people, which means you might have to just drive further, because you should be within, hopefully you're within 30 miles or so of a big, an area that has a couple 100,000 people living in it. That's really all you need. A city that has 100,000, 80,000, 150,000, 200,000 people, they're going to have thrift stores. They're going to have garage sales. They're going to have flea markets. Those things are going to be happening. So possibly, if you're a more rural area, or you just don't have a big city right next to you or right where you are, you may have to go looking somewhere else and drive a little bit. But regardless, I struggled with that. So what I did, I was so excited about finding pallets of books at first, and then finding pallets of, or gaylords of, mixed media. Like the first time I ever, got those, I was so excited. I was like, look at all this great stuff. Oh my gosh. And then I took far too long to go through it. I treated it like treasure, which some of it is, but a lot of it, it's not necessarily trash, but a lot of it is not worth as much, and there shouldn't be as much time spent on it. And now that I've gone through so much media, I have a much better idea of what is worth going through, what is not. And that's how I'm going to look at it going forward, that when I'm finally done organizing this, which by the end of next week, fingers crossed, I should be, hopefully, and within a week, I will ideally have cleaned up the floor over here and put everything on the shelf that I can, and et cetera, et cetera. If it takes a little longer, it takes a little longer. But by that time, then I will be in a place where I'm ready to tackle, as an example, a huge donation that comes in, or a huge buy, or a pallet, which is what I'm going to be pursuing. And, look at it as, look at this. I have a big mixed media Gaylord pallet with thousands of items, and I got to find the treasures, but the rest of it, I can make some money off of it as well in an efficient way. And I don't have to be hoarding things and making all these different piles and all these different lots and all these different bundles. Focus on the most profitable stuff that takes the least amount of time to deal with, which is hard, right? And also understand there's more pallets, there's more buys, there's more donations, there's more thrift stores. There's so much of it that it won't run out. So keep that in mind, guys. I have to keep that in mind. Get good at finding the best stuff, put that stuff for sale on eBay, on Amazon, locally, whatever you're doing, and rinse and repeat over and over again. And you can build a really nice, reliable, stress-free business. All right, guys, I'll see you next video. Take care.